What's good, everyone? Welcome back to FaShaun, episode 10. Thank you so much for the support that you've given me over these 10 beginning videos. Can't wait for the next 100, right? But for the 10th one, I thought I would bring it to my favorite jacket, or one of my favorite jackets in my collection. I looked long and hard for this. This specific jacket in this specific trim, which I'll get into a bit later, in this specific color. So without further ado, episode 10 will focus on the Arc'teryx Beta jacket. This one is the AR. Let's get into it. This right here is the Beta AR jacket in Dark Elysium. I believe it is a 2021 or 2022 color. They don't make it anymore. The AR denotes a more superior trim versus the Beta regular or the SL. A little bit less packable, but thicker Gore-Tex, as denoted by the Gore-Tex Pro embroidery right here. You can, I believe these vents are also proprietary to the AR and higher trims of the Beta. So you have two over here. You have this nice shroud that I think is only on the Beta AR or on the higher trims, which is really good. Looks fantastic on on the trail or in the streets. You can cinch the hood here and here. You can cinch the bottoms as well, right here and on this side as well. Yeah, this is an amazing jacket. So the Arc'teryx Beta jacket essentially came out in the early 2000s and quickly became a frontrunner for Arc'teryx and one of their flagship models. Specifically, this one here, the Beta AR, is an all-rounder. That's what the AR stands for. It's a little bit thicker than the regular Beta jacket and prevents wet out for longer. The technology of this jacket is that the Gore-Tex Pro shell has is a little bit different than the 3L Performance Gore-Tex in that with its thickness provides just a little bit more weight and requires additional ventilation, essentially, which is what this jacket has over the regular Beta and Beta SL as well. Going into where it fits in the product lineup, it is kind of right in the middle between the Gamma and the Alpha. Obviously, if you know your Greek alphabet, that is essentially where Beta goes. But it's just the all-rounder. The Alpha is way more heavy duty. It's more for alpine sports, skiing, snowboarding, really but people that ski and snowboard almost every day, or literally alpine mountain glacier hikers as well. So they rock the Alpha SBs. Gamma is a bit more common. It's a bit more neutral. It's more so for people in the city or people not hiking in the mountains like crazy. Could be used as a layer maybe, but realistically the one that everybody goes for, the one that is known the most, is the Beta. So the purchase rationale. Why did I buy this jacket? I bought this jacket simply because I've been looking for a Beta. I've been looking for a rain jacket, do-it-all jacket, an all-rounder, and this came up. And I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, I was looking on Kijiji, and all these other vintage marketplaces, and it came up, and it was around $200 to $250. Somebody had used it, I think, for skiing, and they got a newer jacket. They didn't need this one anymore, and they decided to sell it. It's a $750 jacket. Do not buy that retail. There are sales every season, sure, but people sell them for cheaper. 100%. Now I kind of bought this before the hype, so maybe that denotes that cheaper price, but you don't have to buy this at retail, and you shouldn't. This is an amazing jacket for $200 to $250, and if you can find it for anything $300 or under, I would really recommend you buy it because it's the best workhorse jacket, it's the best all-rounder, and it's the one that's going to keep you dry even in the winter, and actually even keeps the heat in if you got a nice insulated layer as well, like a fleece layer underneath. You're sweating underneath. Starting off the market analysis, I think the Beta stands in a class of its own in all, frankly, price categories. But I did want to go, again, as usual, from the cheapest to the middle to the most expensive when it comes to Gore-Tex shell jackets. And the first one that we have is, I believe, the RAB Meridian Gore-Tex. Pretty much $400, in and around $400, but goes on sale, steep discounts every season going into the summer from the previous winter. I'm seeing $200 to $300, maybe even less, probably even on the used market, cheaper, right? Essentially, you get similar functionality for a much cheaper cost. RAB, of course, is a very well-known brand and athletic apparel house that have been doing this for decades. and that this jacket, this Meridian jacket, is a workhorse just as much, and it's also less common than the Beta, let's be real, as well, for a cheaper cost. So definitely if you want to spend a little bit less money but get some similar functionality, a little bit more of a minimalist design, maybe not as many features, definitely the Meridian Gore-Tex from RAB. The next one I have for the middle of the range is actually from a brand called And Wander. It's an Asian brand that specializes more so technical wear and gold cord fabrics. And I believe that the designer is from Nanaimika or something similar. So they're very well versed in what they're doing, and they create this amazing rain jacket. It's a hiker 2.5 liter rain jacket, and it releases I think every so often different colors, but it looks better than the Beta in my opinion. It has similar functionality and it's around the same price. I put it in the middle of the range just because it's not going to go on sale. Like stuff from And Wander usually sells because it has like a cult following. But even so, if you're going to spend retail, $500 to $700, that And Wander 2.5 liter, like nobody is going to have the same jacket as you, pretty much. Lastly, the most expensive one comes from one of my favorite brands. If I could take all my gold core pieces and turn them into this one brand, I would. I'd have no money, but I would. So if I was rich, I'd get it. But it's acronym. It's the J1WGT black jacket. Incredible functionality. Looks amazing. Unbelievable quality. You're just paying. You're paying a lot of money. It's going to be, in Canadian, it's probably like around $2,000 Canadian for a couple of strips of nylon, but it's designed so well. If I could find it for cheap, I would honestly buy it, but I probably never will because it's such a cult following that acronym has. And the designer Errolson Yu, he used to design for Nike ACG, and I actually have one of his Nike ACG jackets. That was accessible for me at least. But yeah, definitely the acronym jacket, if you have the money, is like you'll on the ski, on the slopes, on the hikes, you would be unparalleled. You'd be super fitted out. You'd have the craziest drip. But definitely that acronym jacket is the way to go if you're going to go on the super high end. So now, we've gone through everything, the market analysis, the purchase rationale, the description. You've seen a lot about the jacket. Let's go, let's outfit it, let's style it up, baby. Let's go, let's get into it. Here we have the Kith purple sort of cadet hat, the Beta trucker, or the Beta AR, the Nocta, looks like I have that golf tee, the mock neck with a pink Prada water sling bag, vintage, that I got, some Balenciaga sort of teal sweatpants, and my tried and true Salomon XT4s. Going into the fit, as you know, we always use the framework fit, contrast, and proportion. I like to do that for all my videos, including my videos on TikTok. So breaking it down, we have fit. Fit is, if anything snags where it shouldn't snag, or is anything loose where it shouldn't be loose, everything here fits very well. I'm not feeling uncomfortable in any way. It's very light, it's very breezy. I feel very comfortable. I can walk 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers like this, no problem, okay? When it comes down to contrast, we have two things, right? Contrast in textures and contrast in colors. Starting off with, I guess we'll start off with textures. We have a lot of technical fabrics here, but they are complemented by the technical fabrics as well on my sling bag here. So this sort of nylon complements this nylon. We have some cotton weave here, which goes with the hat, and it goes with these Salomon XT4s, have a technical fabric as well as a cotton weave. So those textures contrast very well together. So you have nylon, you have cotton sort of fabric that's weaved in, and they all complete the circle in that regard, because you have multiple objects on my body, multiple clothes on my body that have those same textures. Next is contrasting colors. So when you look at contrasting colors, you can see that it's green and green, completes a circle on green, pink and pink, completes a circle on pink, and then white here, completes a circle with white here. So in terms of colors, we're good in that front as well. Then lastly, in proportion, what we have here is, and this is really important, when you have this uncinched, we will cinch this for the formal outfit, but uncinched, what you're gonna see here is this proportion is followed. You have to, when it's going over your hips, you need to follow that proportion of the jacket with something. Don't go with anything skinnier, because it's gonna cinch down here, and it's gonna make your legs look smaller and skinnier. It's gonna look weird. You need to have wide-fitted pants if it goes past the pelvis, or at least wide-fitted enough where it follows this line down. See how it's following the line down? And that's how you know it's gonna look good, and the proportion adds up. As well, because we have stacking here at the bottom by my ankle, it's a little bit of a longer pant. I've also, so that length down there by the ankle, I've added that length up here to balance out. So it's long down there. It's now long up here as well. With the neck here, and then even my head has a little bit extra length with the hat. So you've increased the height, kept the width of the proportions right as well, and Bob's your uncle. For the formal outfit, we have the ALD fitted hat, a Gentle Monster set of sunglasses, JW Anderson Uniqlo cropped Oxford, Balenciaga vintage tie, the Beta AR, ALD picnic totes, J Plus, I believe, Uniqlo wool trousers, and some Valentino combat boots in brown. Going into it, you can see that everything fits on me very well. I'm not uncomfortable in any way. Nothing is snagging, nothing is too loose. Everything is fitted well to my body, and I feel comfortable. So that's number one. Contrast of colors, you can see here, green up here, green up here, green over here, beigeish brown, dark brown here, different shades of brown, totally fine. You have blue over here, so you've completed the circle on all those colors. I have some yellows and oranges here, which do go with brown to some degree, but seeing as it's a formal outfit, you don't want to go too crazy. So anything in that realm of color, in that shade of realm of color, will work out and will match perfectly fine. In terms of textures, you have technical fabric here, technical fabric for the pants, and then a cotton twill, for everything else. It'd be really cool if I had like a leather brown bag. I don't have a leather brown bag, unfortunately, but I would rock that if I had it for the boots. So that's one way that you can complement textures. In terms of proportions here, because we've cinched it at the bottom here to give it a sort of cropped look, we sort of brought everything, squeezed it all in, and so a tapered pant here will look a little bit better. If you had a wider pant, might not look as good as a tapered pant, because again, you're squeezing yourself in with that cinch, and then you have that taper. Also as well, a taper to a high boot that's chunky is a really good proportion, because while the taper ends, you don't see, like with maybe a Common Projects or like a Samba or whatever, like a GAT, you'll see a little bit of ankle, right, with the shoe. But with these boots, you see none of that. It's just from pant to shoe to boot, and it's a chunky boot with a tapered pant, so it brings it in just a little on that proportion for the boot, so it doesn't appear as chunky, and it creates a little bit more formal, a little bit more center towards the body. Into the experimental outfit, we have the Beta AR all cinched up. At the hood there, we have an ACG cinched hoodie as well, a giant Rick Owens brown tote, my favorite pants ever, my ready-made green olive cargos, and I use the same boots, so the Valentino combat boots. Well, hopefully you can still recognize that it's me. So, for the experimental outfit, you really want to go with that military-esque outfit. And you know, all the balaclavas and everything, you know, sorted with being clandestine. Clearly you can't tell that it's me, but it is me, because what other soldier has drip like this? But yeah, in terms of fit, everything fits really well. I've cinched the hoods on both of these hoodies, actually, which is super sweet. Nothing really, again, snags or is loose where it shouldn't be. In terms of contrast of textures and contrast of colors, textures, as you can see, I'm wearing a lot of technical fabric, so that completes the circle on that end. Contrast, or what else? Oh, and then any of like the high fleece and sort of the pants as well go well together. And oh my God, I'm kind of getting lightheaded. It's so hot in here. Or is it just me? Anyways, contrast in colors, of course, green and green, brown and brown. Brown over here on the hoodie, very self-explanatory. So that's good in terms of contrast. And then lastly, proportion, cinched over here, but a tapered, flared pants that I have on right here, my favorite pair of pants ever. That really sort of goes into this chunky bolo shape boots. I used the boots from the formal one as well. And they just go really well together. And yeah, so fit, contrast, proportion all work really well. And let's see, you know, we've done all three outfits now, and let's go outside into the sun and finally, sun. get these boys on the road. All right, welcome to the experimental outfit. I had to take the hoods off because both hoods. It's hot and it's pretty insane. But we're gonna go to Wu Wei for some fire matcha. I mean, you know, I thought like green and green with a matcha. I don't know. I'm being late, but yeah, I want to check it out. So yeah, let's get it. Man, this jacket, honestly, I love the color. When I saw it and in my like size, somebody was selling, well, not in my size, like just a little bit larger than my size, but in great condition, somebody was selling 200, 250, whatever. I had to cop, like unbelievable quality. Like, look how nice it looks in the sun. Look at that. So sick. And that's the thing, you know, that's the thing with fashion, style, whatever, right? Like whatever you want to do, like just always try your best to look for that deal. Do not pay retail, you know, there's so many fees and stuff on top of it. Just hold out. Honestly, when I honestly think about it, I feel that I don't think there's any better rain jacket, hiking jacket at this price point better than the Beta. I think anything better than this is almost twice the value, at least retail. Again, find anything you can vintage, go sustainable, but you don't have to pay retail. But I honestly feel that.
Next stop, Sullivan Street.
To be honest, I could have gone harder on the experimental outfit, but I actually don't have I have it in my brain, but I don't have the pieces. But we'll let the jacket shine for now. So that's it with the Beta jacket. Amazing versatile jacket. You can pretty much do anything. It's a sunny day. It's going to be a garbage day later probably, and it'll still perform. So that's about it. Hopefully the next time I do a lightweight rain jacket, I got some acronym on. You guys, summer's coming up. Enjoy. Shout out.